There are students who have faced things that I could never have imagined.
I came from Kathmandu city of Nepal. I came by myself. The only thing I had was my luggage bag and a few $100 in my pocket. And I got a job in a gas station for night shift.
They have lots of life pressures that are going on.
I grew up in a neighborhood where people didn't even think about going to college. And I just want to work hard to get my family to where I think we should be.
Many of them are working full-time, supporting family members.
I've only been in this country for 5 years. Where I come from, the men are considered superior to the women, but I have a different perspective.
We have a large population of students today who are still first generation.
Not having parents or brothers and sisters that went to college.
They may not have the resources or opportunities as many others, but they're equally as talented.
There's a lot of people out there who need help. And Travelers Cares.
Some coffee and rolls. We're going to be starting in less than 5 minutes, so we're going to be on a tight schedule from now on.
Travelers really believes that the smartest investment we can make in the community for our future and for the future of the community is in education.
Travelers Edge is a career pipeline program. It's envisioned as a continuum from middle school all the way up through bachelor's degree completion.
EDGE is an amazing opportunity for students that otherwise wouldn't have the means to complete a bachelor's degree or to work in corporate America in the IFS industry.
Wow, what happened to that? That phased out quick.
When we started, we were really looking at projections for talent in the future, for us, for our whole industry, and really across the U.S.
We're living in an environment where there's a war on talent, and we got to build our pipeline early on.
If you are from UConn, why don't you stand up so we can welcome you? From community college.
I consider EDGE another critical sourcing strategy for us. It's a business imperative.
We're going to give out flip chart paper. There are markers on the table.
When the idea came from the board of directors to create a program that would benefit both the community and the business, it seemed like a no-brainer to look at education and the diverse connections to it.
As the population of our world and our country changes, we need to be able to attract and retain and develop people that reflect our population.
When you think about diversity, we don't just think about ethnic or gender differences, but we just think about all sorts of different points of view and really blending those all in to hopefully provide better services for our clients and also provide enrichment for us here as a workforce.
Through the EDGE program and all of my experiences up to this point have just been so introspective for me.
Different ideas, different perspectives, different cultures. Travelers absolutely appreciates differences.
I have a 1-year-old nephew. Well, he'll be one on Thursday. That's my heartbeat.
Yeah, I love my community. I love Baltimore, where I'm from.
I really have a drive for education and learning.
I love soccer, my family, my church, and community service, and being a role model.
We're looking for new talent in this country. It's going to come from a whole range of the population that don't normally go to college to be able to get a degree and then contribute.
We're seeing young people that 4 or 5 years ago would have never had the dream of really working in corporate America.
Yeah, I actually brought my resume just so you can take a brief overview.
Or even of attending college.
My mother had 10 kids, I was the youngest of 10. I really didn't even think about a career in the insurance industry. That wasn't even in my scope.
We're seeing lives being changed by that, and I think that changes generations of families' lives.
Travelers has a really strong commitment to opening doors of opportunity, economic opportunity, educational opportunity, career opportunity.
Youth development is not an easy task, and it does take a lot of different people in different areas.
Okay.
To really do it right.
So let's take a look at the spreadsheets.
First and foremost, it's about finances.
I got a scholarship from Travelers. They pay me for tuition, which is great. They also pay for my books.
I figured we'd start out with May 1st, get you comfortable with it, and then you can do June and July.
Okay. I'm graduating next semester, actually. Without this money, I wouldn't even be able to do it.
So that was very good that you noticed that.
We, first of all, support EDGE financially, providing scholarships for students. Second of all, we provide internship opportunities and professional development opportunities for students.
Hey, Chris, you want to meet Chloe? Yes. We just got the proof back.
And then thirdly, we make sure that they are supported academically, both on campus and here at Travelers, by providing mentors and faculty advising.
And you included your foreign experience you had earlier in the summer, which is helpful too.
All right, so how's it going?
Right now at Travelers, I'm an investigative case manager, so I work in the workers' compensation unit. Really busy, school, work, just trying to manage everything.
How are the courses going?
My mentor is Doreen Spadosha. Yes, so she's really up there.
Because I know you were thinking about law school.
And having Doreen as my mentor was kind of like a motivation, and it was like, it told me that, you can do it.
The connectivity with those students is definitely a two-way street. I mean, we learn something every day. It's great when you see somebody coming in with fresh perspectives. You really get a chance to kind of see and bring some new energy and enthusiasm to the company.
And all they did was stretch the rest of the image.
Okay, so who does the cuttings?
My internship is in community relations.
Yep, this is really off the press.
I'm so fortunate that Travelers thinks I'm ready to jump in and get a paid internship, and I'm worth it to put their time and money in and really support me 100%.
It is amazing that here's a population that normally through our regular process we probably miss. And the fact that we were intentional about providing access to education through funding, we now have a pool of candidates that are job ready for us.
I was looking to transition to four-year school, and I was thinking, how would I be able to support myself? That made me think of what EDGE offers to scholars, and that was my answer.
I'm looking at my boss, and I know that that person, my boss, my superior, my manager, is not delegating tasks to me that I know I could do. So now what have you done to the business?
EDGE has allowed something for which to hope. No matter how tough their classes, no matter what obstacles occur, we remind them that if they really do well here, that there is an opportunity to start a career at one of the very best companies in America. We who know Jessica and love her know that once she came from Capital to Central and found her element as a management major.
We look at the rate that our scholars are finding employment, whether it's at Travelers or elsewhere, or going on to advanced degree. It's way beyond national averages for any population, but in particular for the population that we're serving.
So if the EDGE scholar decides that they're going to go someplace else, we still feel that it's money well spent. They've been given, first of all, the access to education. They've been given the insight and the understanding of the financial services industry, and we're very confident that wherever they end up, they're going to be very prepared. Also, we feel that they're going to have a good feeling about Travelers.
This is the 40th anniversary of the Pell Grants, and 40 years ago, the country was wise enough to know that they needed to be strategic and making sure a population of the community get this extra push. And what Travelers Edge is doing is adding to that push by providing all those other social, cultural, academic support systems that they need.
EDGE is currently located in Hartford, Connecticut, and in St. Paul, Minnesota. We also have EDGE relationships in Baltimore, Maryland.
How are you? Welcome, everybody. Hey. How is everybody? All happy about life? They love it.
Doc, this is Chad Williams.
Chad Williams, Director of Programs. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the family. This is actually the birthplace of the entire Boys and Girls Club movement. Did you guys know that prior to me telling you that now? So this is where it all started.
Travelers is a company that truly cares about the community that they sit in, that they live in, that they work in.
Education and career development, health and life skills, the arts, sports, fitness, and recreation. That's kind of our home bases.
It's important to reach out to the community because we need the community to survive. We're part of that community.
People have a real sense of pride when they know that their company is able to give back and be a real partner in the community.
Oh, the Harry Potter series?
Here, at the bottom.
The young people coming in to Travelers will always ask about benefits, obviously, and salary and things, but then they'll ask, well, what kind of community volunteerism do you have? How can I get back and give back?
What grade are you in? First grade? Wow, my sister is going to be in first grade next year.
It's great to see that. Capital G. As we look at the competitive nature of the employment market for top talent, there's a limited number that are out there, and there's a lot of competition for it. And so trying to find those ways that we can be more connected to the current generation of employees and create the things and the opportunities that they want is very, very important.
So what is insurance?
I just want to say, who grows up and says, I want to be an actuary? Who grows up and says, I want to be an insurance agent?
I'm going to try and tell you a little bit about insurance, a little bit about Travelers.
One of the big realizations that we came to was this idea that the reach back programs and the pipeline were the important element of this.
Another trivia question. All right, guys, this is a Travelers trivia question here. If you had a savings account at a bank, which of the following would be correct?
Reaching back as early as possible has been a mantra of the Department of Education.
Correct answer is B.
And Travelers Edge works so well with other stakeholders who support college access and start early.
Order the college majors from most to least popular.
Well, the whole point of Go for Business, and with Travelers being our founding sponsor of Go for Business, was really to reach out into our inner city and first-ring suburbs to create an interest among the students in those high schools about business education.
The Travelers people at each table, let's help keep everyone honest here. The correct order is business, social sciences.
It's amazing to think that 2 years ago, I was a Go for Business student.
We have $40 billion in lost.
What we found is the earlier that we connect with them, the more open the students are to learning more about opportunities in the IFS industry.
The correct answer is Madrid.
We are raising the standard, opening the doors, and creating opportunities.
We have to look at this as a continuum. We have to look at it to make sure that these young people are graduating middle school, going to high school, and then going to college, graduating college, so they're successful in life.
If the majority of the people in the country are the same religion...
We have several feeder programs that develop a pipeline into the Edge Scholars Program.
A good example is High School Inc. here in Hartford.
First of all, we support the school financially. In addition, we provide employees who volunteer at the school, who serve on the school's advisory board, who also serve as mentors and tutors, and also classroom speakers.
Morgan State University Actuarial Science program is the only one of its kind in the state of Maryland.
Being engaged with Travelers for the last 5 years has been an extremely positive experience for the entire Morgan community. Prior to our partnership with Travelers, most of these students never heard of actuarial science or know what an actuary is.
So I'm going to actually teach you something.
Through the Travelers Edge program, we have been able to provide various pre-college programs.
So what I'd like to have happen this time,
and a plethora of experiential and mentoring opportunities. So we're able to take students from enrollment through graduation, providing strong support that will help them successfully graduate and enter the workforce.
Well, Augsburg is a 4-year private liberal arts college. We've been very involved with some of the other organizations that Travelers supports. For example, College Possible, which is a program that creates opportunities for high school students to gain access to college.
College Possible identifies kids who would not have gone to college if that program did not exist. By identifying kids who would not have gone to college without participation in this program, we break the cycle of poverty for thousands and thousands of kids per year.
I think the American dream of being well educated, attending college, finding a good job, and being a productive citizen is not something that happens automatically for every segment of our population.
I want to tell you that my greatest hope for each one of you throughout college and throughout life.
Some people have advantages along the way, and I think the Travelers Edge is one way of creating opportunities for populations who need that support and encouragement. For us to be able to tap into their talent and what they have to offer is a gift to all of us.
I love you guys so much, and
This is the kind of program that has the power to change the world.
I'm absolutely emotionally connected to Travelers for what I have gotten. What I've done has made me a different human being.
You know, I'm the youngest of 10. A lot of people say, I can't believe it. But then when I also mention I'm the first to go to college, it's even more amazing to them.
EDGE made it possible for me to stay motivated with school. They created a path for me. I'm living the dream. The D in EDGE, the dream I'm living in.